Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dark Desert Highway coming to you from Nebraska. And today I wanted to just straight up read some Bible scriptures coming to you out of Isaiah chapter 44. We're going to start with verse 16 and 17, but then we're going to go back and we're going to read the whole chapter. And we're going to be talking about the foolishness of men who worship idols. And the foolishness of idols. 16. He burneth part thereof in the fire, with part thereof he eats flesh. He roasteth the roast, and is satisfied. Yes, he warms himself, and says, I am warm, I have seen the fire, and the residue thereof he maketh a god, even his graven image. Then he falls down unto it, worships it, prays unto it, and says, Deliver me, for thou art my God. So foolishness all the way around. And we're going to start today the whole chapter of Isaiah, verse 44. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee, and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jezreel, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, I am the first, and I am the last, and beside me there is no God. And who, as I, shall call, and shall declare it, and set it in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people, and the things that are coming, and shall come, let them show unto them. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have I not told thee from that time, and have declared it? You are even my witnesses. Is there a God besides me? Yea, there is no God, I know not any. That they make a graven image are all of them vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit, and they are their own witnesses. They see not, nor know, that they may be ashamed. Who hath formed a god, or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing? Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, and the workmen they are of men. Let them all be gathered together, let them stand up, yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together. The smith with his tongs both worketh in the coals, and fashioneth it with hammers, and worketh it with the strength of his arms. Yea, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. The carpenter stretcheth out his rule. He marketh it out with a line. He fitteth it with planes. He marketh it out with the compass, and maketh it after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house. He heweth him down cedars, and taketh the cypress and the oak, which he strengtheneth for himself among the trees of the forest. He planteth an ash, and the rain doth nourish it. Then shall it be for a man to burn, for he will take thereof, and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it, and baketh bread. Yea, he maketh a god, and worshippeth it. And he maketh it a graven image, and falleth down thereto. He burns part thereof in the fire, and with part thereof he eateth flesh. He roasteth roast, and is satisfied. Yea, he warmeth himself, and saith, I am warm. I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he maketh a god, even his graven image. He falleth down unto it, and worshippeth it, and prayeth unto it, and saith, Deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known, nor understood, for he hath shut their eyes, that they cannot see, and their hearts, that they cannot understand. And none considereth in his heart, neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, that I have burned part of it in the fire. Yes, I have baked bread upon the coals thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it. And shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stalk of a tree? He feedeth on ashes, and a deceived heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, Is there not a lie in my right hand? Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. I have blotted out as a thick cloud your transgressions, and as a cloud your sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. Sing, O you heavens, for the Lord hath done it. Shout, ye lower parts of the earth. Break forth into singing, ye mountains, O forest, and every tree therein. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and glorified himself in Israel. Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord, that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself, that frustrateth the tokens of liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that saith to Jerusalem, Thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah, You shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof, that saith to the deep, Be dry, and I will dry up thy rivers, that saith of Cyrus, He is my shepherd, and shall perform all my pleasure, even saying to Jerusalem, Thou shalt be built, and to the temple thy foundations shall be laid. So here we see a example of a man who goes outside and cuts down a tree. He brings it inside. He takes part of the tree, cuts it in half, uses half of it to cook his meal, a part of it for the fire so that he can warm his cold bones up against that fire, and then he takes the rests and makes an idol and then bows down to it and prays for deliverance from this piece of wood. And he's already used part of it to cook his meal, part of it to warm himself, and then the other part of it to make a god, a false god. And it's like they can't even see the foolishness of what they're doing. It seems right to them. It seems like the thing to do. Because, man, and their God, these false idols, they have no eyes. They cannot hear. They cannot speak. They can't even hold themselves up. That we have to make you as an idol maker would have to make a stand for the idol to stand on so that it could keep itself upright. And God is saying, look at what I've done. I have redeemed you. In verse 23, sing, O ye heavens, for the Lord hath done it. Shout, you lower parts of the earth. Break forth into singing, ye mountains, O forest, and every tree therein, for the Lord hath redeemed. He's talking past tense. It's already been done. I've already accomplished all these things. I've accomplished salvation. I have accomplished everything. Unlike idols who can accomplish nothing, I have already accomplished it for you. I have done the work. I have set up from the beginning even the earth and the heavens, and a redemption. And man, I frustrate the tokens of liars and make diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward and maketh their knowledge foolishness. Verse 21. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. I will not forget you. I have, past tense, I have already blotted out, in verse 22, as a thick cloud, your transgressions, and as a cloud, your sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. I have already done all of the work. I've created you. I've redeemed you. I've set up your cities. I've given you a place. Isn't that what it is? There is a place for you. And you're going to these things to look for fulfillment and redemption in pieces of wood, man. You know? So that's it for today, you guys. I hope that you have a good day.